Have you ever wondered why peace feels so distant, even in moments of calm? You can sit in silence, turn off your phone, meditate for hours, and yet, something inside still trembles. You may have everything society told you to seek: success, relationships, comfort, and yet, deep down, an unease remains. It's as if your soul is whispering that something essential has been forgotten. What if the peace you're searching for isn't out there, but within the very structure of how you understand life itself? Philosophers across centuries, from the Stoics of ancient Greece to the mystics of the East, have agreed on one simple truth. True peace cannot exist without understanding. Not intellectual understanding, but existential understanding. The kind that reshapes how you see yourself, the world, and your place within it. Inner peace isn't an emotional state you chase. It's a natural byproduct of seeing reality as it truly is. Most of us live like leaves caught in a storm. We react to events, people, and emotions as if they control our fate. We call it life, but in truth, it's a kind of sleepwalking, a mechanical dance of habit and fear. The philosopher Epictetus once said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of things." In that single sentence lies a key to freedom. The chaos of the world doesn't destroy your peace. Your interpretation of it does. So what does it mean to live philosophically? It means to slow down the automatic reactions and ask, what is really happening here? What can I control? And what must I let go of? It means to look at your suffering not as punishment, but as instruction, life's way of calling you to deeper awareness. Think of your mind as a house filled with noise. Thoughts shout from every corner: regrets, expectations, fears. Philosophy invites you to become the architect of silence, to observe without judgment, to recognize that not every thought deserves your attention. When you stop identifying with every passing emotion, you begin to see that peace isn't something you create. It's something that's revealed when the noise fades. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and philosopher, ruled a chaotic empire, yet his writings reveal a mind rooted in calm. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Strength, in his view, wasn't domination or control over others, but mastery of one's own inner state. But there's a deeper layer to this wisdom. Many modern people misunderstand inner peace as a detachment, an escape from pain or conflict. True philosophy teaches the opposite. It's not about avoiding the storms of life, but learning to stand within them without being broken. It's not running from emotion, but letting emotion flow through you without losing yourself in it. In Eastern philosophy, this truth is mirrored in the teachings of the Buddha. He taught that all suffering arises from attachment, the clinging to what must change. We suffer because we demand that reality conform to our desires. But peace becomes possible when we learn to see impermanence not as loss, but as the rhythm of existence itself. The Stoic accepts fate. The Buddhist accepts change. Both find serenity not by escaping the world, but by harmonizing with it. Yet, philosophy is not a cold intellectual game. It's not about reading old books and quoting dead thinkers. It's a living art, the art of seeing clearly. When Socrates said, "The unexamined life is not worth living," he wasn't condemning the ordinary person. He was inviting all of us to look inward, to question what we truly value, what we truly believe, and what peace actually means for us. Ask yourself, when you say you want peace, what are you really asking for? The end of the struggle? The absence of pain? Or perhaps something more, the quiet confidence that no matter what happens, you will remain whole? To reach that kind of peace, philosophy asks you to face truths you might not want to see. That control is mostly an illusion, that the world owes you nothing, that happiness built on conditions will always crumble. And yet, within those uncomfortable truths lies your liberation. Because once you stop demanding life to be different, You begin to live in alignment with what is. Inner peace is not found in comfort. It's found in acceptance. Acceptance is not passivity, it's power. It means you no longer fight the flow of existence. You move with it, learning from each wave, allowing it to shape you without destroying you. Think of a river. When it encounters a rock, it doesn't curse or resist. It flows around it, smooth and unshaken. The river's strength lies not in hardness, but in its flexibility. This is the essence of philosophical peace, not rigidity, but fluidity, not control, but harmony. In the modern world, we've forgotten this. We seek peace through pleasure, validation, and distraction. We think inner stillness comes from changing our environment, when in truth, it begins by changing our perception. The more you chase happiness, the more anxious you become. But when you stop chasing and start observing, peace finds you. Philosophy reminds us that suffering isn't an enemy. It's a messenger. It tells you where you're still attached, where you're still blind. When you listen carefully, every challenge becomes a doorway, a chance to transcend the small self and see life through a wider lens. Eckhart Tolle, echoing both Stoic and Eastern wisdom, said that peace is found in the gap between two thoughts. That gap is the stillness beneath all experience, the ground of consciousness itself. You don't have to earn it or search for it. You only have to stop resisting what is. And here lies the ultimate paradox. When you stop demanding peace, peace begins to emerge. Because the very effort to achieve peace creates tension. The more you seek it, the further it retreats. True serenity appears when you stop identifying as the seeker and become the observer, the quiet witness to life's endless unfolding. To live philosophically is to see every moment, every challenge, every loss, as part of a grand design, not one controlled by fate or chance, but by the mysterious intelligence that animates all things. When you live with that awareness, peace is no longer something you hope for. It becomes your natural state. If the first step to inner peace is understanding, then the second is integration, living in alignment with what you've realized. Many people read philosophy, meditate, or reflect deeply, but when life tests them, they collapse back into fear, anger, and attachment. True peace is not proven in stillness. It is proven in the storm. Imagine you're caught in an argument. Someone insults you, challenges your identity, or dismisses your beliefs. The untrained mind reacts instantly, defending, attacking, protecting its fragile image. But the philosophical mind pauses. It asks, what part of me is hurt right now? Who is reacting, my awareness or my ego? That single moment of reflection breaks the chain of unconsciousness. You are no longer just a person in conflict. You become an observer of your own mind. This is what philosophers like Seneca and Buddha meant when they spoke of freedom, not freedom from the world, but freedom within the world. You can't control what others say or do, but you can control whether their words disturb your inner equilibrium. And when you begin to live from that place of awareness, you stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming a co-creator of meaning. But peace isn't only about detachment. It's also about connection. Many seekers make the mistake of isolating themselves emotionally in the pursuit of calm. They confuse numbness with serenity. Yet genuine peace doesn't close the heart, it opens it. When you understand the impermanence of all things, you stop clinging, but you also begin to love more freely. You love not because something lasts forever, but because you see its fleeting beauty as sacred. Philosophy teaches us that the art of living is not about perfection, but about participation. The philosopher is not someone who escapes life, but someone who engages with it deeply, with full awareness. To eat, to love, to grieve, to hope, to fail, these are not distractions from peace. They are the instruments through which peace learns to express itself. The French philosopher Albert Camus wrote that the meaning of life is not something we find, but something we create. In a world without guarantees, the philosopher becomes the artist of existence, painting serenity upon chaos. Life will never promise you stability, but philosophy shows you how to be stable within instability. That's the difference between someone who merely survives and someone who lives with presence. In Jungian terms, this is the process of individuation, becoming whole. Jung said that most people's suffering comes from refusing to be who they truly are. We wear masks to fit into society. We hide our shadow sides to appear good, and in doing so, we fragment ourselves. Peace cannot exist in fragmentation. It is born only when you integrate all that you are, the light and the dark, the strength and the vulnerability, the divine and the human. Inner peace, then, is not the absence of conflict, but the reconciliation of opposites. It's when love meets discipline, when courage meets surrender, when reason meets intuition. To find peace is to hold contradictions within you and remain whole. This is why the greatest teachers, from Lao Tzu to Marcus Aurelius to Eckhart Tolle, all say the same thing in different words: be still, but awake. Stillness without awareness becomes stagnation. Awareness without stillness becomes anxiety. But when both merge, you begin to live in harmony with existence itself. You stop chasing meaning and start embodying it. Look around. Our modern world thrives on distraction. Every notification, every opinion, every desire pulls your mind outward. Philosophy calls you back inward. It reminds you that what you seek has always been within the silent space of your own consciousness. When you touch that silence, even for a moment, you realize that nothing external can threaten your peace, because your peace no longer depends on external things. That doesn't mean life stops being painful. You'll still lose people, face failures, and experience uncertainty. But now, you'll see pain differently. Instead of an enemy, it becomes a teacher. Instead of resistance, you offer attention. You learn to ask, what is this experience trying to show me? And in that question lies transformation. Peace grows in proportion to your willingness to face the truth. Every time you turn toward discomfort instead of running, the mind becomes quieter, the heart stronger. You begin to sense something beneath all appearances, a timeless awareness observing it all. That awareness is who you truly are. The philosopher's greatest discovery is that peace and identity are the same. You don't find peace, you remember it. It was there before the noise of thoughts, before the world taught you to be afraid. It is the essence of your being. And philosophy, when lived sincerely, is the path of remembering. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna that wisdom is seeing the same self in all beings. When you live with that vision, the boundaries of me and them dissolve. Compassion arises naturally, not as a moral duty, but as a direct recognition of unity. That is why true peace can never be selfish. It radiates outward. When one person becomes still inside, it affects everyone around them. Perhaps that is the deeper purpose of philosophy, not to escape the world, but to heal it through consciousness. Every act of awareness, every moment of inner calm, contributes to the collective awakening of humanity. Peace begins as a single breath of understanding, and from there, it spreads, silently, powerfully, endlessly. So ask yourself now, what would it mean to live every day from that place of quiet strength? To wake up not driven by fear or desire, but guided by wisdom? To walk through the world with open eyes, open heart, and a calm mind that no storm can shake? That is the invitation of philosophy, to transform daily life into a sacred practice of awareness, to meet existence with grace, no matter its form. To realize that peace is not a destination, but the very path you walk when you live with understanding. Maybe this is why the philosophers and mystics of all eras have seemed so calm in the face of chaos. They understood something timeless. The outer world is only a reflection of the inner one. Heal your mind, and you begin to heal the world. Now the question is, Will you begin? Will you look within, not to escape, but to finally meet the truth of who you are beneath the noise? Because once you do, you'll realize that the peace you've been seeking has always been silently waiting, right where you are. So, tell me, what does inner peace mean to you? Have you ever felt that unshakable stillness even in the midst of chaos? Share your experience in the comments below, and let's continue this conversation about the art of living wisely. And if this message resonated with you, remember to like this video and subscribe for more philosophical reflections and journeys into the depths of the human soul. Until next time, stay awake, stay grounded, and remember, peace is not found, it's remembered.